1. YouTube test threatens to block viewers if they continue using ad blockers. YouTube is looking to take a more aggressive approach in preventing viewers from using ad blockers while watching videos on its platform. As Bleeping Computer reports, people have been posting screenshots on social networks like Reddit that show a pop-up notice warning them that their player will be blocked after 3 videos. The warning says YouTube will block their ability to play videos on the platform unless they disable their ad blocker or add the website to their white list. Ads allow YouTube to stay free for billions of users worldwide, the notice continues. To go ad-free, the company tells users to get a YouTube Premium subscription so creators can still get paid. Prior to these warnings, YouTube only showed pop-ups to ad blocker users, reminding them that it's against the website's TOS. Eventually, it added a timer to the notices to ensure viewers take the time to read them. The website has confirmed to Bleeping Computer that the new alerts are part of an experiment. A spokesperson told the publication that YouTube is running a small experiment globally that urges viewers with ad blockers enabled to allow ads on YouTube or try YouTube Premium. They said that YouTube might temporarily disable playback, in extreme cases, where viewers continue their use of ad blockers. The spokesperson added that they will only disable playback if viewers ignore repeated requests to allow ads on YouTube, though it's unclear if that means YouTube won't automatically block playback after a viewer watches 3 videos and will give them more opportunities to comply. At the moment, this new approach only affects a small number of users, and YouTube didn't say how many people and regions are part of the test. The website, which makes most of its money from ads, has seen its ad revenue decline over the past 3 quarters, so we won't be surprised if this test expands to more users around the world should it turn out to be effective. 2. The UK amends its online safety bill, requiring higher age verification standards for porn sites and holding executives personally responsible for child safety. Sachin Ravikumar, Reuters. London, June 30. Reuters, Britain said on Friday it had tightened protections in its online safety bill that will prevent children from viewing pornography in an update to long-delayed legislation that is being closely watched by the tech industry. Under the government's latest amendments after debates in Parliament, Britain will set higher standards for age verification tools used by services that publish or allow porn on their platforms, to ensure they are effective in establishing whether a user is a child. Learn more about Refinitiv. Reuters Home. My View. Following. Saved. United Kingdom. London, June 30. Reuters, Britain said on Friday it had tightened protections in its online safety bill that will prevent children from viewing pornography in an update to long-delayed legislation that is being closely watched by the tech industry. Under the government's latest amendments after debates in Parliament, Britain will set higher standards for age verification tools used by services that publish or allow porn on their platforms, to ensure they are effective in establishing whether a user is a child. Britain, like the European Union and other countries, has been grappling over how to protect social media users, and in particular children, from harmful content without damaging free speech. New measures will also seek to hold top executives personally responsible for keeping children safe on their platforms, the government said, after agreeing to toughen the bill in January with the prospect of jail time for tech bosses. This government will not allow the lives of our children to be put at stake whenever they go online. Whether that is through facing abuse or viewing harmful content that could go on to have a devastating impact on their lives, Paul Scully, Minister for Tech and the Digital Economy, said. To prevent any further tragedy and build a better future for our children, we are acting robustly and with urgency to make the online safety bill the global standard for protecting our children. 3. Industry group NetChoice, which includes Meta and Twitter, sues Arkansas over a new law requiring parental permission for minors to create social media accounts. Andrew DeMillo, Associated Press. Little Rock, Arkansas. AP. A tech industry trade group sued Arkansas on Thursday challenging a new state law that requires parental permission for minors to create social media accounts. NetChoice, a group whose members include Facebook parent Meta, TikTok and Twitter, filed a federal lawsuit over the measure signed by Republican Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders in April. The law requires social media companies to contract with third-party vendors to perform age verification checks on new users. The requirement is set to go into effect on September 1st. The lawsuit argues that the new requirement violates the constitutional rights of users and singles out types of speech that would be restricted. SB 396 imposes onerous obligations on social media companies that severely burden both minors and adults' First Amendment rights to speak, listen, and associate without government interference on the widely used online services that it covers, the lawsuit said. Arkansas's law is similar to a first-in-the-nation restriction that was signed into law earlier this year in Utah. That law is not set to take effect until March 2024. NetChoice last year filed a lawsuit challenging a California law requiring tech companies to put kids' safety first by barring them from profiling children or using personal information in ways that could harm children physically or mentally. 4. Reddit will remove mods of private communities unless they reopen. Reddit has informed moderators of protesting communities that are still private that they will lose their mod status by the end of the week, according to messages seen by The Verge. If a moderator tells Reddit they are interested in actively moderating the subreddit, the company says it will take your request into consideration. Here is the full message, which we have confirmed was sent to moderators of at least 2 subreddits. After sending a mod mail message on June 27, 2023, your mod team indicated that you do not want to reopen the name of subreddit community. This is a courtesy notice to let you know that you will lose moderator status in the community by end of week. If you reply to let us know you're interested in actively moderating this community, we will take your request into consideration. In message threads we've seen, moderators of both subreddits told Mod Code of Conduct they do want to reopen, but said they would need Reddit make changes before they would. We see no reason to reopen as I don't think we're the bad guys here. Yo Esif, an Firefox moderator who received the message, tells The Verge in an email. Reddit has had a chance to reconcile with the protest for weeks now, and they haven't. 5. Meta plans to let people in the EU directly download apps through Facebook ads. A pilot is set to start with select Android app developers as soon as in 2023. Alex Heath, The Verge. Meta is planning to let people in the EU directly download apps through Facebook ads, setting the company up to eventually compete with Google and Apple's app stores. The new type of ad is set to start as a pilot with a handful of Android app developers as soon as later this year, I've learned. Meta sees an opening to try this thanks to new regulation in the EU called the Digital Markets Act, DMA, that is expected to go into effect next spring. It deems Apple and Google as gatekeepers, and requires that they open up their mobile platforms to alternative methods of downloading apps. Android technically allows sideloading already, though Google makes it difficult by coupling its in-app billing and licensing with the Play Store, along with the scary warnings it shows when someone tries to download an Android app from another source. Even still, Meta clearly thinks it's safer to try its test first on Android rather than Apple's iOS.